Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpack Power Training Room, Backpack Trader Training Room. Been a while. For Tuesday, September 16th, 2021. Markets are about to open. Crude had a short that was full stop this morning and just has triggered into a long at 72.46. Crude definitely moved up while I was on vacation. Unleaded gas, on the other hand, has had the opposite problem. It's triggered into two longs that have been full stop outs this morning. And the markets are open. And YM is flat. I'm still showing the Russell, just kind of watching it. Note that I am on the December contract on the Russell and the YM. Those rolled over this week. It's like yesterday or today. So crude is long. No trades this morning on my chart on the pound Aussie. Trade today had an initial short that was canceled, and Kevin put trade today on pause until 11 o'clock. And a short now on unleaded. That triggering in at 1309. Stop at 1351 on the unleaded trade. Stop and reverse short on the crude October chart was filtered by the squeeze zone, so we're still long there. And it looks like we got a long on soybeans that was too fast to catch. Then we picked up a short that we definitely should be in, and that has now stopped, actually stopped and reversed to long. And we are in the long trade. That's hit target 1 and target 2. And our stop now is at 1301.75. And unleaded, testing its session lows, needing to get just a little bit lower for money management. And they're pushing through money management unleaded. The YM hitting money management and maybe even target 1 on a short trade. The Russell picking up a short as well. That hasn't hit money management yet. And target 2 on unleaded. That's not going to get it positive, but it certainly will help. $02.50 for the soybean stop. And let's see if we got to that target 1 on the YM. Target 1 was 758, and we got as low as 757. So yes, we did get target 1. So that will be a one and done session on the YM this morning. That was a 31 tick target. Stop currently at 76. 776 just moved down. I got to get back in the habit here. I've been off for 2 weeks. I haven't been trading for the last 2 weeks because I didn't have strong enough internet access. Since I was on a ship. 0350 for the soybeans. Stop going through target 3. And the Russell got to money management and came back and stopped out for a partial. The YM still going, stop at 766 now. 0425 for the soybean stop. And crude stopping out of the long and now reversing to short at 72.23. Not a stop and reverse, but a stop and then 1 cent lower going to the short. And if you're following the trade plan to the letter for our mini sessions, the original trade plan was 3 trades, one winner or 2 losses. And we did have 2 losses. So if you're following that part of the trade plan, you're not in this short. If you're just going with three trade maximum on the mini session, you would be in the short. Trailer on the unleaded at 1287 and now 1276. Moving well. Oh, I know what I haven't done. Good morning, Kay, John, and Don. I haven't set up my chat window over here where I can at least get close to where the charts that I'm watching. And the YM stopping out almost to target one. Good morning, Gavin. All right, and I have a long on the pound Aussie. But we are on stand down till 11 o'clock on trade a day. But that would be a trade I would personally be taking. Our normal stand down is 10:20. And unleaded down to 1251. Crude hitting money management on the short. So that break even. Did we hit? And I hit a key. Target one is 06. And we got 206. So yes, that's a target one. Stop at 72.22. And our soybeans trade did stop out at 425. And that should definitely be a POQ after stopping and reversing out of the short. Troy should be back in the room on Monday, or at least that's the last information I had. I will check with him this afternoon or tomorrow and verify that. See how his voice is doing. And crude headed well lower now. Stop at 72.06. Then unleaded stop. And unleaded, I know I am on the November contract. Volume did cross over. Stop now down to 1141. Crude volume still was on the October contract. And looks like that will most likely cross over tomorrow or Monday. And target one on the pound Aussie. So stop to 88.93. Or I'm sorry, 88.92 on the pound Aussie. Stop at 71.96 on crude. And getting challenged, the the unleaded trade has finally stopped out at 11.11, it looks like. Yep. So our entry was 1309, 198 ticks on the trailer. So almost $800, over $800 on the trailer on a single contract. So that trailer actually would probably have gotten you back to positive, and that would be a POQ trade on two positions. Yep, getting 47. So 245 ticks at $4.20 a tick. And the crude trade did ultimately stop out at 71.92. So that ends the 9 a.m. mini session. We'll wait till 10 o'clock for any new trades. And the pound Aussie came back and stopped out on its 1 pip break even. So that brings everything flat. Yikes. And Russell hit a target too, so that will actually make it POQ. POQ on the pound. Yeah, everything's looking like POQ. I don't have my catapult charts up yet. I've got to get with Troy and see what he's putting up in the room, since I haven't seen what's going on in the room in a couple of weeks. And I missed the first part of the greens boot camp while I was gone. Any questions this morning? Yeah, that's right. All 6 charts POQ this morning. Well, no, it was negative, but everything else positive, and so far this morning. On spotlight, counter soybeans on counter punch. I just got in about 9 o'clock last night, so I haven't had a chance to do much catching up yet. Actually, we landed about shortly before 9, and got home right around 10 o'clock. Now crude and unleaded starting to move nicely. Questions this morning? Not a lot to talk about. See if there's anything going on the micro ES catapult. I think that was right here. Nope. There we go. So no trades for the 8:35 session. So crude was targets 1 and 2 again. And now a short on crude. Let's see what unleaded. And a short on unleaded as well. Crude and unleaded getting very active this morning, all of a sudden after a kind of a slow start. A reminder again, the index futures have rolled over to the December contracts. Soybeans is on the November contract. Unleaded gas volume has transitioned to the November contract. Crude is still on October. Good morning, Miles. Rested but out of practice this morning. Three consecutive successful trades on both crude and unleaded. Although unleaded is only at money management at the moment. Crude has hit target 1 with the stop at 92, 71.92. And I think unleaded may have survived by a tick. Let's see what. Yeah. I forgot to set. Yep, and it did ultimately stop out. It did survive initially and picked up a few more ticks, but stopping out at looks like 21.27. Yep, or I'm sorry, 11.27. So just a little bit on that. Switching back to long again. But the activity seems to be waning. It. Strong down move, then came back up after that strong downward move and tested the 50. Came back down to the session low set on the original short move. And now it looks like maybe it's testing the 20 SMA. Or possibly the 50 EMA again. We'll see. At this point, I think I'll be around until Christmas time. Don't have any more traveling on the books before then, I don't believe. I don't see any questions, folks. All right, well, let's see. We've got the 10 o'clock crude session now. Is that? Yeah, that short trade actually was 10 a.m. session. the long trade was possible to get in sync. And actually, we did get in sync, so that's a stop and reverse to the short, full stop. So 2 losses there. Unless with the get in sync short or get in sync long at 11:26, that would you'd be in that. And then now we have a stop and reverse short at 11:07. So unleaded is in the short. Actually, no, unleaded is POQ. So crude was flat. All right. So we are flat on crude. And that's really our only chart right now. there again, that's our two losses. I typically, if one of them is a stop and reverse, I usually will take the third trade. All right, and that's a short that's possible. It is possible at 88.89 on pound Aussie. If that triggers in before our 10:20 stand down. Crude and unleaded going down through their session lows again. So, and the Russell and the YM also seeming to be trending slowly downward. The YM setting a new session low. The Russell tested its session low, but it hasn't broken through it yet. Thank you, Pamela. And not much to talk about at this point this morning. Everything's pretty much done except for the 10 a.m. crude session, and it is in a short trade at the moment. Another case of if you take the third trade after a couple of losses. For those that did join late, the index futures have rolled to December. And Russell that I'm looking at, the YM, and the micro ES for Catapult. Unleaded has rolled to the November contract. And the potential short on the pound Aussie did cancel. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, John, you got back?
Yeah, we got back last night.
Oh, okay. Sounds pretty different.
Yeah, I'm on a broadcast right now, so I'll have to. Can I give you a call back?
Oh, I need the name of the lady that's at your house because something's real wrong with the sprinkler system. There's a lot of gas ground stuff and stuff. And look at the irrigation lately. Send that to me when you can.
Okay, sure. All right, bye. All right. And a stop and reverse exit. On crude at 73, so still there. I'd push, yeah, still in the short. All right. Nobody asking any questions this morning. That's not helping me out at all. Kind of a slow motion move this morning after some quick action early. Everything except crude got to POQ early. Crude took its three trades in the 9 a.m. session for net negative. And now we're on trade number 3 in the 10 a.m. session with an exit, stop and reverse exit at 71.73. Not much going on. And crude did stop out. So that, I would say that's going to bring us to the end of the session this morning, unless anybody has questions. That was the third trade on the 10 a.m. session. So crude not doing very well by us this morning. Unleaded doing better on the single session with a POQ on a nice long trade this morning after a couple of losses, but that actually ended up being not a big day, but at least positive. So Troy or I, one will be in on Monday. So should be a normal schedule for the week next week. Just depends on who, just a matter of who's going to be in the room. So we will see everybody next week. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to roll over your index futures. Crude will probably roll over either tomorrow or Monday. So be aware and just watch the volumes. And we will see everybody next week. See you next. Have a good one, Miles.